We've all had those moments. Moments where our intuition tries to warn us. You know, the ones where something inside you screams, "Don't do it." It's like an alarm bell going off in your head, but you do it anyway. You push aside that inner voice, thinking you know better. Maybe it's a job offer. Maybe it's a relationship. It could be any major decision in life. I'm here to tell you, ignoring those gut feelings can lead you down a bumpy road. A road filled with regret and what ifs. And honey, believe me, I've been there. I've walked that path and felt the sting of ignoring my intuition. Years ago, I was offered a big opportunity. It was a dream come true, or so I thought. It seemed perfect on paper. More money, more recognition, the works, everything I had ever wanted. Everyone around me was thrilled. They couldn't stop congratulating me. But something felt off. I couldn't shake this nagging feeling in my gut that whispered, "This isn't right for you." It was persistent, like a shadow I couldn't escape. Did I listen? Nope. I ignored it completely. I was blinded by the shiny lights and big promises. The allure of success was too strong. I told myself my gut was wrong. I convinced myself that my fears were unfounded. I convinced myself that this was the path to success, that I was making the right choice. Oh, how I wish I could go back and listen to that inner voice. If only I had trusted my instincts, things might have been different. From the start, the job felt wrong. I was excited at first, I won't lie, but that excitement quickly faded. The work itself wasn't fulfilling. It lacked the passion and purpose I craved. And the people? Let's just say the energy was all off. I remember dreading going to work every day. The joy I used to feel in my career was gone, replaced with this heavy feeling in my stomach. My intuition was screaming at me louder than ever. "This isn't the right place for you. Get out." But I ignored it. I told myself to toughen up, to push through. I didn't want to appear weak or ungrateful. So I stayed. Big mistake. Huge. The red flags were everywhere, waving in my face like a parade of caution. It was as if the universe was trying to send me a message, loud and clear. The work environment became increasingly toxic. The air was thick with tension, and every day felt like a battle just to get through. My boss was demanding and unsupportive. No matter how hard I worked, it was never enough. The constant criticism was draining. The stress started to affect my health. I wasn't sleeping. I wasn't eating right. My body was in a constant state of exhaustion. I was a mess. My desk was a disaster, and my mind was even worse. I felt like I was drowning in my own life. Friends and family started to notice. They could see the toll it was taking on me. "You don't seem like yourself," they'd say, their eyes filled with concern. "Are you sure you're happy?" they would ask, trying to understand what was going on. I'd brush it off, pretending everything was fine. I didn't want to worry them, or maybe I didn't want to admit the truth to myself. Deep down, I knew they were right. I could feel the weight of their words pressing on my heart. My intuition was screaming, "Get out now!" It was a voice I couldn't ignore, yet I did. But fear held me back. Fear of failure. Fear of the unknown. The thought of starting over was paralyzing. Fear of what people would think. So I stayed. I stayed in a place that was slowly destroying me, even though every fiber of my being was telling me to run. I chose to ignore the signs, hoping things would somehow get better. The crash, how ignoring my gut backfired. It all came crashing down, just like I knew it would. The signs were there, but I chose to ignore them. I ended up getting sick, physically and emotionally. My body was sending me signals, but I kept pushing through. The stress was too much. It was like a heavy weight pressing down on me every single day. My body finally said, "Enough!" I couldn't ignore the pain any longer. I had no choice but to leave the job. The job that I thought would be my dream turned into a nightmare. The very job I had ignored my gut to take. I thought it was the right move, but deep down, I knew it wasn't. Looking back, I see how foolish I was. I let ambition cloud my judgment. I let fear and ego drive my decisions. I was too afraid to listen to that inner voice. I ignored the clearest signs from the universe, signs that were practically screaming at me, and I paid the price. But you know what? It wasn't all for nothing. It was a valuable lesson, one that I needed to learn the hard way, a painful but necessary one. It forced me to reevaluate my priorities. It taught me the importance of listening to my intuition. That inner voice is there for a reason, of trusting that inner voice that always has my best interests at heart. Now, I make decisions with clarity and confidence. Picking up the pieces, a time for reflection. Leaving that job, as awful as it was a turning point. I had hit rock bottom, but sometimes you need to fall apart to truly come together. I spent time reflecting on what went wrong. I journaled, I meditated, I reconnected with myself, and slowly but surely, I started to hear my intuition again. It was faint at first, like a whisper in the wind, but the more I paid attention, the louder it got. I realized I had abandoned myself in pursuit of external validation. I had silenced my inner voice, the one that held the truth. It was time to reclaim my power. Learning to listen, tuning into my intuition. Learning to trust your gut is a journey. It takes time and practice, but it's the most important journey you'll ever take. Start by paying attention to those subtle feelings, the ones that tell you when something feels right or wrong. Don't judge your intuition, just observe it. Notice how your body feels in different situations. Do you feel light and energized, or heavy and drained? Your body is a powerful messenger. Learn to listen to its wisdom. Remember, your intuition is your superpower. It's your inner compass guiding you towards your highest good. Don't ignore it. Trust it. Your turn. Don't ignore the whispers. We all have spiritual signs guiding us, gentle nudges from the universe trying to steer us in the right direction. Don't make the same mistake I did. Don't ignore the whispers. Pay attention to your dreams. Notice synchronicities. Trust those gut feelings. They are your roadmap to a more fulfilling life. It's time to step into your power. Embrace your intuition and watch your life transform. You've got this. Now, what if I told you that you could instantly tap into an incredibly powerful subconscious force that's right under your nose? Curious to learn more? Click the link in the description below this video to listen to the 1-minute prayer. This ancient wisdom can transform your life by manifesting wealth, abundance, and blessings. Don't wait. Take the first step towards a prosperous future now. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. How have you encountered God's love in your life? Share your story, and let's encourage each other to seek God's love daily. And if you're new here, consider subscribing for more daily devotionals that will inspire and encourage you to deepen your connection with Jesus.